makeover. I've been thinking of getting something done about my smile for the last 12 months or so, and to give you a background as to why I was thinking of getting the treatment done in the first place, just to give you an idea of what I haven't been happy about with regards to my smile. First of all, I think that my teeth look quite childlike. They're quite small in size, and I feel sometimes maybe at work and things like that, because my smile is quite childlike in my opinion, that maybe it affects my confidence, and maybe, you know, I'm not taken as seriously. But more specifically, I think the main concerns for me about my smile were that there were a couple of teeth that I felt were overlapped. There was a gap in between my central teeth, and also for a long time now I felt that my teeth are quite flat. In terms of the lower edge of the teeth, I felt that it's all the same length, it's quite sharp, quite angular. And then when you look at people like Cheryl Cole, for instance, her teeth are quite rounded on the edges, a lot softer, and I think that looks a lot more feminine, and it's something that I would like to achieve for my smile. And then last but not least, I think since I'm going through all the treatment anyway, I would like to change the colour of my teeth and maybe make them a little bit whiter. So I'm coming in today to see Dr. Semi, and he's going to do a mock-up for me. I must admit I don't know too much about the mock-up stage, other than it's going to take about 40 minutes for the appointment. And basically what he's going to do is, he said he's going to be able to sort of build up a smile for me and give me an idea of what the end result might look like, and it's just to really show me it will all be taken off before I leave. But since it is 40 minutes, I'm not sure really what can be achieved and what I can expect, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to, after 6 months, seeing what the end result might be, and I'll let you guys see as well.
Hi, my name's Dr. Semi, and today we're going to be doing a mock-up on Jay. The whole idea of the mock-up is to get a bit of an idea of what the final outcome could look like directly in the mouth. So the key points of this are that we're not going to be drilling any tooth, and this is completely reversible at this stage. But what it does allow me and Jay to see is roughly, you know, by just adding a little bit of the white filling material, what can be achieved, and will we need to contour any tooth surface in order to actually get the final result. Okay, so let's have a closer look at Jay's smile, and we can see exactly what we're going to try and do. So we're going to just look at Jay's smile in a little bit more detail now. First thing to notice is she's resting her lips as they are right now, and we can see about 3 to 4 millimeters of tooth showing when she's at rest. For someone of her age and sex, that is ideal, really. We don't really want to mess around with that too much. If we make it a little bit longer, she'll look too toothy, too goofy. If we make it shorter, then she could look a little bit older than she is. If I just pull her lips back now, there's a couple of things we notice. Normally I look at the gums first, but even when she's pulling her lips back, you can't really see the gums, and the symmetry with the gums isn't actually too bad. So we're going to leave that as it is. One of the most important things to notice is the centre line. Right? With the centre line, we want it to be parallel to the middle of the face, like that. It doesn't actually matter if it's 3 millimeters either way. That's not actually going to be noticeable. But what's very noticeable is if there's a slight tilt to it. So we want to keep it flat, parallel to the middle of the face. And we need to work on that a little bit. The second one, we want to look at the tips of these teeth. Right, right now we've done a little bit of clear step, invisible braces, and the bottom edges of these teeth aren't straight. So we want to keep those straight, and when I put this tool against these edges, we need the tool to be parallel to the line which goes in between the eyes. At the moment it isn't, but we can quite easily sort that out. It will end up making this tooth a little bit longer, but when we do that we can always add and take away the white filling material, so we'll see how that goes. Another thing to look at is the width of the teeth. as we go further back from the middle, we want them to gradually become smaller as you're looking at the smile from the front. At the moment, I think this tooth is slightly large, this one's slightly small in relation to those, so we'll try and even out the balance there. Really, we want the height of this central tooth and the width to have a ratio of, say, the width needs to be about 75 to 80% of the height, okay, which we'll look at when we're building the teeth up. Another thing to bear in mind is the inclination of the teeth. The central teeth need to be straight down, and then as we move further back, they all gradually tip in a little bit. And also, looking from the side of the face, Jay's teeth are actually tilted inwards a little bit, like that. And what that does, it's not very severe in Jay's case at all, but some people, it can make the teeth look a little bit darker because the light comes in from the front and is just reflected down, so they just look a little bit darker. Jay's teeth don't look darker, but they are tilted backwards a little bit. In this case, it actually helps us because we can build that gap to where they should be in a veneer, which means we don't need to grind her teeth down at all to place this, which is always a good idea, and that's the main reason we did the invisible brace work before we did any sort of cosmetic work over the top, because Jay didn't want to have any tooth grinded down. She might still need to have a little bit of contouring done, but this will be discussed with her, but it's going to be very minimal. Okay, so this is what I'm going to be using to build up the tooth. It's going to take about half an hour, 40 minutes, but it's really just a white filling material, right? And this will come out of the tip, and there you go. You can see it just slowly coming out. And then we set that with a light and add and remove until we're happy with it, and then we'll show you that.
So I've just had my mock-up done and I'm wearing it now. I was very impressed with it actually. I think going in and not knowing what to expect, coming out, it looks a lot better than I thought it would. It does look a little bit bulky at the moment. I did explain that that was one of my concerns to Dr. Semi, but because I'm still having my clear step treatment at the moment and some of my teeth are still misaligned, they had to be built up more just to try and kind of blend that in. But as a first sort of example of what my end smile will look like, I'm really happy. I'm looking forward to